The living room, where the family meets to discuss issues, any issue which may be bothering one of the family members. That's what we do each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM with Ricardo Mitchell and DJ Aaron 868. We have casual conversations on serious topics, from sports to culture, mental health to economics, relationships to life lessons. Join us each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM. The living room, casual conversations on serious topics.
It is now 2 minutes past the hour of, well, again, I left for a little bit and the problem has not been fixed. And every clock inside here has a different time. So it's either 2 minutes past 6, 3 minutes past 6, or 4 minutes past 6 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm glad to know you're locked onto the True Nation station, WACK 90.1 FM, where we are.
Culture crazy.
You come through real loud that way.
Yeah. Adjust the volume.
I don't know how to adjust the volume because everybody on the same channels now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna use
Use your inside voice.
You know.
Yeah.
My inside voice real soft, you know.
Oh my gosh. A lot of things have not changed since I haven't been here. First and foremost, let's kick this off as we always do. Must give thanks and praises to the Almighty for granting us the gift of life and seeing another day. No matter what time of day it is, you must always
give thanks.
Certainly, we must say thank you to those that went before us. And we are not just talking about our ancestors, the original inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago, because we all know, accept, reiterate, and say it would be chess at Columbus lied, but also to our brother in music, Tony P. Tony Prescott, where the P this week stands for.
Precarious, Aaron.
Why are you in a precarious position?
I didn't put myself there, you know, but you know, people who put in people in positions that are a little precarious.
Is that a reference to the post that you made that categorically denying or denouncing other statements that were made?
All I'm saying, sir, is that while I am a citizen of a republic and I am being represented by a body that was democratically elected, it does not mean that everything that they say or do, I stand behind.
I'm going to move this. I want to see your face clearly.
Oh, okay. You want to see my face clearly?
See your face clearly.
Oh, it's okay. I see what you mean.
The award is nice and clear. I see now kind of crystallized version of you.
Well, yeah, remember that is because I am a beacon of light and purity, righteousness and humility.
If you don't know the program you're listening to, this is The Living Room with yours truly, Aaron 868. I remind you each and every time that culture is my code.
Yeah.
Yes, still, sometimes fortunately, but unfortunately, I still sit here alongside my bro with no fro, a lot of flow, always on the go and in the know.
Ricardo Mitchell, the 10 City Sage.
10 City?
That's right. Yeah, changing it.
Why 10 City?
You see, the social sages, it was a nice season to be in. But you know, I want to move from the place that I'm in to the places that I'm going.
I thought you were talking about the 10 cities surrounding the situation that's taking place.
Oh, no, not intensity. 10 cities.
Oh, I thought you said 10 city.
Yeah, it's a pun. A play on words.
Interesting.
I'll share one or two as we go along so that you'll get idea.
Just like Ass's Calypso History Month, a double entendre.
Hey, and even triple sometimes.
All right.
But side couple.
What?
Don't let me distract you from my job, you know, sir.
All right. Before we get down into the meat of today's matter and we go any further with our guests that are in studio, there are some things that have taken place, we must say, and echo congratulations to Magella. Right?
Yes.
We must continue to say, well, West Indies continues to stress us out. Anyway, it's a black pitch. First time in my life I ever see a black pitch. Just like when we went New Zealand last time, first time in my life I ever saw a grassy pitch like that.
Okay. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I blame the pitch.
So we are one terrain team then.
Yeah.
Okay.
We's only winning the West Indies.
Terrazzo and thing because
not even Terrazzo.
Anyway, never mind my business.
We's only winning the West Indies. Yeah.
Well, that's what the WI for, eh? Win in.
We put the win in win.
We put the win in. Yeah.
We put the we in win.
We put the we. Anytime we not there.
Ooh, that's actually very funny.
Like a rusty boy.
No, I'm not rusty. I'm trying to find the right words for this third one. We continue to ask persons, as we did last week, to be vigilant of your surroundings. Be vigilant of if you do have a gas tank.
Oh my word.
No, that's a real serious thing. You jumping out, oh my word, but that's a real serious thing, Ricardo.
Yeah, dare I say a hot topic?
Yeah, literally. If you do have a gas tank, please take the necessary safety precautions, test the hoses, test the heads, and also when you get the tank, do the safety precautions, sprinkle some soapy water on it to see if it have any leaks or anything. And if there are any leaks, please return them.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to go any further and say anything else about that, but...
Yeah, I don't like the iron.
It don't matter iron, but your safety is your responsibility.
Well, I mean, safety as far as I'm concerned is a shared responsibility. So, I mean, I'm not responsible for the quality of the tanks and how long they might be in use. So there are steps that I have to take, yes.
Right.
It does not absolve the bodies that have taken it upon themselves to provide this service from doing so with quality and integrity. So, I hear you.
No, and I would say safety is your responsibility because even though persons are entrusted with the responsibility to ensure that they put forward high quality products or high integrity products, we also know how the world works. So just like how you said there was a democratic process that you don't agree with.
No, just say I don't agree with the process. So it's
the statement being made.
I don't want to iron.
Sorry,
close.
There are statements being made by persons who are elected. Just like how you choose a gas tank provider, there's a certain element that you still have to make sure that your responsibility.
Yeah.
Say that connection from your hose from the stove to the tank,
Right.
your responsibility.
Fair.
If something else go wrong other than that, you could go in, you could tie in the same cold clothes you don't want to wear and say, my hoses were intact.
You know, there was several opportunities for puns there, but because of the quality and integrity of the guests that we have this evening, I'm going to leave those puns alone. Right. Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you, Aaron, for bringing us back into the living room. As the listeners and the viewers would know, there are times where we function remotely, and in some cases very remotely, like last week when you joined us from your hotel room in England. So it is good to have you back. I appreciate very much.
I'm glad they say room and nothing else.
I appreciate. Yeah. I mean, you see, it wasn't in the loo, so I'm not gonna bring it up. I'm gonna leave that right where it is. But I want to thank you very much for the very thoughtful gifts that you brought back. I am a fan of teas and coffees and fudges, and you did well on all counts. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am officially, not just because we have guests, congratulating Aaron on his excellent gift selection.
You forget any part where you buff me and tell me that the gift I really intended to bring back for you would not have been received well.
I don't recall such, and I'm pretty certain there is no recording of it. What is on record, Aaron, is me congratulating you in front of company. So let's put on our good behavior clothes.
You go ahead.
Yeah. A little minor, sir.
Me.
Yeah. I'm very honored to have these guests with us this evening because as we spoke about quality and integrity, quality assurance and quality control is something that requires input. Any system that is left unsupervised tends to apathy. And one of the things that we have to look at is the energy that we put into our personal development and even maintenance. It's a very interesting thing that we saw happen over the past 25 to 30 years or so. And the empowerment of women has not been absent consequence. And I'm not saying that in any diminishing manner. I am saying that there has been a shift in the dynamic within the households, within relationships, within community, society, etc. And some of the fallout of that is that in roles that might not necessarily be best suited to the parties involved within our society, you realize how particular being here.
Just don't bite your tongue. I just like.
Yeah, try not to. we have work to do to make sure that in the times we are in, that we can still function, and not just function well, but function in the manner that we are supposed to. This weekend, there is a conference. There is a conference for women that the objective of this conference is restoration. And restoration is a multi-level thing. And I thought, considering the environment that we are in geopolitically, that it would be a good idea to work with a team that has no problem functioning across the Caribbean. So, not to drag out the introduction, I would like to welcome my favorite Barbadians, hence me wearing my Barbados hat. All right. Apostle Anthony Durrant and his wife. My actual favorite Barbadian. Don't tell the other Barbadians that yet. Prophetess Harriet Durrant. I welcome you both to the living room, and I thank you for your patience with our introduction this evening. Aaron doesn't know when to stop now.
Thank you very much, Ricardo. It's an honor to be here. Good night, everyone.
Good evening. It's good to be here.
Before we get into the serious part of today's discussion, I have one question to ask. Do you all know Ricardo outside of this current realm that he's in?
Yes.
The man says it's so pensive,
That wasn't pensive, that was suspensive.
right? Now the reason why
That is a trick question.
no, it's not a trick question. Do you know him for the brevity of his speech?
Yes.
What?
Thank you.
We need to have a conversation after this entire interview is done. When it's done, we need to talk. But go ahead.
I can be quite curt. I can be quite curt and to the point. I might not be here on the radio. The man is coughing, all kind of thing. Aaron, I don't like the signals you're sending to the listeners. And
No, there's nothing. So before we go any further, I'm gonna ask you probably the most difficult question you're gonna get inside today's program. Right? Not asking you where's the scene, jelly bean, what's the word hummingbird, or what's the gist physicist. We are genuinely asking you, how are you?
I am doing better than I deserve. But so that's putting it in a nutshell. I am doing better than I deserve, so I am doing very well. Thank you.
I am well. I'm still celebrating, so I'm definitely good.
Would it be remiss of me to ask, what are you celebrating?
My birthday was yesterday.
Oh, happy belated. Ricardo didn't even say that, else he would have brought some treats for you.
you remember, Aaron, I am a man of few words, you know. So me not saying anything, it's within character.
Ricardo, please revert to what we are here for.
This laughter is rich with disbelief.
Yeah, yes, it is, and they are laughing with disbelief, and I'm the face of disbelief, right? I'm the poster boy for disbelief, but yeah.
I appreciate you guys being here and even celebrating a birthday with us. One of the things I've noticed in the living room is that we do have guests on close to or on their birthdays. It happens a lot. So I guess it was you were supposed to be here this evening.
Where's the gift?
The gift.
The gift, Ricardo.
The gift is in the moment, which is why it's called the present. Yeah? No?
Oh my
I
lord.
would like to be able to unwrap it.
Noted.
I love.
Noted. And we will get on that, Aaron. We have to talk about that. It's in the notes.
Don't bring me into this one. Don't bring me into this one at all.
The thing with the living room is that the living room is a place where this is literally how we conduct conversation. We have very casual conversation on sometimes very serious topics. We believe that while structured, yes, it is also important that we have a space where we could have disarming conversation. So which is why we specifically chose the living room. It's the type of space where you get to put your feet up.
Or do that figuratively. Figuratively.
Yeah, right. The serious topic, honestly, I was excited about having you guys on to talk to us a bit about restoration, realigning, about this conference. And no, normally I'm a lot more fluid, but I'm choosing what I'm saying very, very carefully because of how serious this is. We have seen an imbalance in the homes. We have a generation of displaced, unemployed, underemployed men. And I don't necessarily mean in terms of the careers and income earning. I mean in terms of the sense of purpose. And we've left women trying to figure out how to lead in the spaces that they have been forced into, and also to manage the reintroduction of men into their spaces. It is a thing that I'm seeing, and I have seen it over a couple of years, where leadership requires some guidance and some support. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that you two are happily married and have been for a while now?
Yes, we've been married for 30 years, yes.
30
years.
That is, and happily so.
Yeah.
Look how fast you answer, Aaron. That is what we want, right? We want quick, snappy responses. We want, right? And I'm excited that you are the representatives of this weekend's efforts, because what we could really do with more of, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but across the Caribbean, is more happy marriages. Right, so I would like to get into the mix now, into the real thing. So what brings you all the way from Barbados to do this type of work in Trinidad and Tobago? What brings you from Barbados?
Well, I'll go first. This is something that, honestly, I've been back and forth in Trinidad for a number of years, doing a number of things, and doing a lot of work with people, a lot of work within the church circle, a lot of conferences, marriage conferences, singles, doing a number of things. Trinidad was not necessarily one of the places that I would say that I wanted to be like that. I found Trinidad to have been, and I wouldn't say what, but it was one of those things I didn't want to be in. Right? So I am here because it was one of the things that the Lord placed on my heart to do. God told me to come here, and I'm obedient to that. If God sends me to Timbuktu, I'll go. That's just how I am. And so he sent me here to help to build, and I would say to help build this nation, because I'm not just about church. It's not about church alone. This is about building a nation. Things must change. I've been hearing a lot of people in Trinidad who are tired of the way things are. And I believe that God has placed something in my heart that I believe would be able to help to build this nation, and building this nation meaning to help to build people who will in essence build the land.
Yeah, that I could attest to that. I could attest to that. Within the first hour of having met you, my life changed because I started looking at the same things very differently. And anybody who's been observing the way that I've carried myself over the past year or so would have noticed that something has shifted. So I definitely support that statement.
So we're here for that, and then we have so to work out what God has really placed on my heart to do here. One of the things is to help families, and by helping families, that means not you have a corporate reality of family, father and mother, husband and wife, and then you have children. But sometimes, in order to make sure that the family functions effectively, you have to deal with the different genders in order to make sure that each gender is adjusted in the way that is helpful, in the way that is conducive to a healthy family, right? Healthy individuals and healthy families. And so we're here talking about our upcoming women's conference. That's one of the reasons why we are here all the way from Barbados.
And what was the inspiration to do a women's conference? And I wouldn't say first because you've done work before, but why a women's conference now?
I believe that, well, from my observation, my small life, I have recognized that in a lot of ways, a lot of the talk that has gone on, for example, we talk about women being marginalized, we talk about domestic abuse, we talk about all these different things. I have seen that even in my own home, when I grew up, particularly as a teenager, my mother was being beaten by her husband. So I grew up in that domestic abuse environment. So I saw all of that. But one of the other aspects of it is recognizing that we live in a serious dysfunctional society. And the other part of it is the need to make sure, as I was saying earlier, that sometimes each gender must be adjusted. And so when it comes to our women, we need to take care of our women. But sometimes doing that means that we have to look at the dysfunctions, or the way they function, the way they think, the way, based on, again, their experiences in life. They had a lot of hurt that is there. And so this women's conference is meant really to help to heal and to bring balance, right? So that's why we talk about women first. We want to make sure that part of it is healed. There's a saying, guys, that if the father in the house is unhappy, it's okay. People might still function. But there's a saying, if mommy is not happy, the whole house is not happy. Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure that there is a settling, there is an adjusting in terms of the way things are done. And again, how women function.
Well, Auntie Harriet, I'm looking at you now, because, he did say balance. So I want to hear the other wheel on this bicycle.
Often, women think they're okay. We think we're okay. And a lot of times, having gone through stuff, we are forced to function regardless. So we do what we need to do to make sure everybody else is okay. And we keep going. But there comes a time when it is necessary for us to stop, as they say, and take stock. Recognize that there are things that in our own lives we need to deal with that needs adjusting, things that need to be addressed. So we would have gone through different things, loss, hurt, as Apostle said, the abusive relationships, whether it was abuse directly towards the woman or you were raised in such an environment. But the thing is, we are impacted by these things. We are influenced by these things. So in the case of abuse, what happens is that women learn to accept abuse because that's what they grew up with and it was normalized. But what they didn't recognize is the effect that it had. So it's like walking around broken without recognizing that you are. So this conference is also geared towards helping women to recognize that there are parts that need healing. There are parts that need to be restored. There are things that need to be addressed so that we can be whole. Be whole. Complete. We can be adjusted so that we are able to function effectively. We're able to influence positively. We're able to pour into. You see, as women, we have to recognize that there is something in us. Sometimes because of the abuse and what we go through, you don't recognize what is in you. And it becomes covered with all the disappointment, the frustration, the hurt, the loss, everything. And it's covered. And this weekend is geared at uncovering these things, removing those layers of hurt and pain and all the other things that cause us not to blossom the way we're supposed to, not to function the way we're supposed to. So then what will happen this weekend? I say what will happen is that these things will be removed. The layers will be removed. Things that you didn't even know was there. You will realize that they are there because they will be addressed. And at the end of it, we will be better because of it.
While you were speaking, I remember I'm pretty all right with analogies. And one of the analogies I discovered several years ago was soot. When these kerosene and petrol lamps were burning, soot would form on the inside of the glass. So what would happen is people would clean the outside, and unless you stop and you clean the inside, you don't realize the build-up and the fact that, yes, you're seeing, but you're not seeing as clearly as you could because there's a build-up. So while you're speaking of the layers, I was like, yes, sometimes you have to not just make sure outside clean, but you have to deal with the soot that builds up just from use.
But it's easy not to address the inside because that's not what people see. What we become concerned with is what you can see. And therefore we work on that. So you can make what is visible to the physical eye look nice. So the hair, the nails, everything, and look very put together. But what happens when you go home at night? What happens when there is nobody looking? What happens when you look into the mirror? What do you see? Because people, what we show people is what we think people might want to see, or what is acceptable to people, what looks good to them. But we know the truth. So at night, alone with ourselves, you put the children to bed or whatever, and some women cry themselves to sleep. They are so frustrated, they're so everything, but then you know what? You have to pull yourself together because you have children. And you need to make sure they're okay. You might have a husband. You have to make sure he's okay. You might be dealing with your parents. You have to make sure they're okay. So then you're making sure everybody else is okay.
Yeah.
But you're neglecting yourself. So this weekend is about focusing on you and making sure that you are okay so that at night you can sleep peacefully.
I like that because we've seen different philosophies socially. One of them is the fix your crown, fix your crown queen, just get it together and keep going. And this weekend is an opportunity to stop, to pause, to not just fix your crown, but take off the crown and fix the head, fix the heart, fix the soul.
Yep.
And then you could put back on the crown.
Exactly. Because then you see, it's okay to say fix the crown. But then you can be wearing the crown and feel so unworthy of it. Feel like, I am wearing this, but should I really be? And, it's uncomfortable because you don't feel like this, you don't own it because you don't feel like you deserve it. So, again, as you said, it's about fixing so that when you put it on, you can step knowing I am worthy of this. I am wearing it because I deserve this. So I can step out confidently because I am better for having, attended and being able to deal with this stuff, being able to, tweak things, take off things, put on things, So at the end of it, you become, not just who you hope to be, but you realize there is so much more to who you are. And you can embrace it and be.
So there's discovery in this weekend as well.
Yes.
And sometimes the crown, we talk about the crown on your head, but sometimes the crown on your head is sometimes often heavy. You feel there are times when you would, in my relationship, in my relating to women, sometimes they wish that they could just take the crown off and put it down and not wear it not just for a moment, but sometimes they wish they could not wear it for a while because you're tired trying to be all things to all men.
All right.
And that is often a thing. So this weekend is geared to actually helping you to do that. And we are going to be talking about a lot of things. So actually, the challenge for women who will attend this conference is to determine which woman you are. With all the subject matters, with all the things that we will talk about, everybody will be addressed. Your thing is to find out in all of the analogies, all the examples that will be presented, all the subject matters that will be presented, which one am I? Or am I a combination of several types of women that are out there? Right? And again, like I said, it's really geared to make sure that you, even within the family structure, even if you are single, you function in different spheres. So within the family structure, you are actually able to become or to be who you are and who the others really need you to be. Because this is one for the road. You have to remember that if you're living within a family structure, whether you're married or within a communal, a home where you're unmarried but you live in a family structure, your family is actually your biggest audience, not the people out there. They are your biggest and most important audience. They know you. They watch how you live. Everything. So this again is why we are doing this.
And what are, you mentioned some of the areas that will be, addressed and touched on. What are some of the things that the attendees could look forward to hearing about? Because, for example, in the living room, Aaron and I, we discuss healthy male affection, mental health.
Not to interject here, Kat, I think you're jumping a little further along. We're talking about the conference. Where is this conference? We focusing on what's going to be discussed, but up to now we haven't told people where is the conference, when is the conference.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Aaron.
The conference will be this weekend, the 24th and the 25th of October. It's going to be at Urban Ministries in St. Helena's.
In St. where?
Helena's.
Yeah, St. Helena.
Oh, he said St. Helena's, not just...
Sorry, St. Helena.
Just making sure. Yeah, the Bajan accent very thick.
Oh, sorry.
Haven't been to Barbados earlier this year, I can tell you, sir. It is not. It is It is not. Yeah. Yeah. When you hear tick, oh, you will know.
Last year when I was in Barbados, I heard some iterations of it. And I was like, wait, stop, slow down, breathe. Breathe. Yeah. So St. Helena on Saturday and Sunday. This Saturday and
Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. And we had to ask the elephant in the room, what's the cost of this?
The cost of this conference is well. Let me put it this way: there are different packages,
Right.
to the conference. You can come. You can choose to come and go, or you can choose to stay because it's a weekend thing. So if you choose to come and go, come Friday night, leave Friday night, come return this Saturday, right? There is a $80 per day.
So it's
TT per day. So that's $160 for that. That does not include meals or anything like that.
So basic entrance,
So basic
$80 a day.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're going to have meals
Right.
for the 2 days, which would include Friday, you have dinner the Friday, you have breakfast the Saturday, and breaks, then lunch and dinner. That's $550
In total. Not $550 per day. Right.
Not per day. That's in total. If you are going to sleep over
Yeah, the lodging.
the lodging, then that is for the Friday and the Saturday. That's $675 for that. I may be getting it wrong, but anyway, if it's a weekend, so if you are staying, for example, Friday night, Saturday night into Sunday, because the conference is the Friday night and the Saturday, but we are actually we're encouraging people, if you don't have to leave,
Spend the night one more time.
spend this Saturday night there. There's a pool, there are different things, amenities there that you can enjoy and relax.
Engage in fellowship as well.
Engage in fellowship as well, because let's look at it this way: there's some women who have been trying to take a break for a very long time, haven't been able to take that break. So we're giving them that opportunity. If they're going to take that package, that's $1,200 for the entire weekend.
That package is meal Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday lunchtime, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday lunchtime.
And don't forget the snacks in between.
And these in between, yeah.
You must have snacks, Caro.
Yeah.
And there's transport, and we also provide transportation for that. So there will be once you take that package, there'll be a pick-up location where we pick you up with your luggage and everything. And when the conference is over, we drop you back to that point. So when you look at it, it's really what we call a steal of a deal, so to speak.
Because I know working all the maths in my head there, but yeah. $80 a day if you just want to show up. $550 if you want to overnight the Friday night. No, $550 inclusive of meals.
Yes, inclusive of the meal.
And if you want to overnight Friday night and Saturday night, that's
$1,200. Yeah,
I was going to say 12.
And
I was going to say $1,250. Yeah, I was trying to make a little markup for you there.
Wait.
And don't forget, transportation is also provided within that.
I just had to get that out there because Ricardo was going so far down the road of what was being covered, he forget to tell people where this being covered in the first place.
Well, actually, Aaron, one of the things that I did,
He gets excited very easily, I must admit.
I'm an excitable guy. One of the things that I did was,
Winded, but cool.
I was told that sometimes it's better for other people to say things. For instance, like my humility is legendary, but when I say it myself, it doesn't sound as humble as it might be. So you leave room for other people to say things.
But you just brought up your humility.
Yeah, you're right. It was immodest of me. It was immodest of
Oh, you're trying to bring up your modesty.
Well, thank you for bringing this up, Aaron.
No, I never said. Anyway,
I
but
appreciate you.
But back to the question. Ricardo was speaking and trying to go to the point of what is the think one of the things we cover here, like mental health or healthy male affection and things like that. And I'm hearing a lot of examples and instances that you all are going to be focusing, as this is a woman's conference, a conference teaching women how to wear the crown, and as Ricardo said earlier, also take off the crown and be able to fix the hair, the head, and the heart. Right? Now, I just want to ask, how long has it taken for you to get to this point to know that this is something that you are comfortable to go and speak about? Because some persons who listening, they probably want to know a little more about you, who you are, what's the credibility behind it. So I'm just asking, we know you are apostle, so just give a little more background as to who you are. So you're selling now, who is the person presenting this?
Okay, besides being as it says, an apostle, I'm a counselor and a mediator as well. I'm a mediator. But beyond that, I have been working with women for a number of years. I think over 40 years, right? Working with women, helping them, and having been working with them over the years on not just in terms of church on a general sense of the word, but personally in terms of self-development, women who are being abused, etc. I've had a charity in Barbados that deals with domestic abuse. I'm very passionate about that. So I've been doing that kind of work for a number of years. And so I haven't doing the counseling, doing the mediation, doing the dealing with abuse situations. I have recognized a number of areas that I think would be important to address in order to bring women to a place of boldness. It isn't just something off the top of my head. Some people say, "Paul, it's a straw out of the hat." It's not that. It is really recognizing that we need to genuinely help our women to be whole. And I've seen it, like I said earlier, in my own family settings, where I've seen abuse situations and I've seen how that played out. I've seen in some instances where, because of the abuse, where certain family members, you couldn't even hug them, you couldn't even touch them, because it created emotions that if you don't know the environment, you would want to know what's wrong with them and think that they're being something that they're not. But it is simply because they've been through so much. Right? And I've seen that in my home growing up. I've seen it in church. Church is filled with women who carry significant hurt. And we cover it over. Yes, you have women's ministry, you have all these different things, but the systems are not in place to really help them to recover. And that is what I have been doing over the years, helping them not just in Barbados, but here in Trinidad, Canada, England, Nigeria as well. So I've been helping in different places to help women to be who they are in their own rights.
And besides you, tell us about the other presenters. Because again, we I think we focused on selling what's going to be covered. Now let's sell who is doing it, who is covering the topics.
Okay, so who's covering the topics? My wife, Harriet. Durrant here.
I love it's how we say it.
That's how we see it.
And he didn't just say it. If you're watching on WAC on YouTube, you see when he say my wife, yeah, there's a puff in the chest. After 40 years, yeah. 30 years, gosh, that's speaking it into existence.
We looked at it like a recovery. Good recovery.
Yeah, good recovery.
Good attempt.
What is this? In marriage years is 40, yeah?
In marriage years.
Marriage years, yeah.
You hear that? In marriage, it's 40.
Yeah, marriage years, yeah.
That's according to him. So you don't argue that.
That's a different kind of max.
But yeah, so you don't argue that. So you have, like I said, my wife, Harriet Durrant. She is going to be one of the speakers. We have...
And that's Barbados.
She's from Barbados.
Barbados.
Yeah. From Trinidad, we have Prophetess Deborah Thomas. We also have Minister Teresa Pierre. They're going to be speaking.
Then there is Apostle Wendy Ann Ruffin. She's from Grenada. And Prophetess Josephine Marquise. And she is from Curacao. Then there is... We have
Dr. Rossi Kang and Giovanna
Ruiz.
And this is important because while we are dealing with some of the other subject matters, these two individuals will actually be dealing with another aspect that has been missing over the years, which has to do with helping women to secure their future in context to investment and an investment portfolio. So that's why I said we are dealing with different aspects of it. Yeah, this is not just about, we're not just talking spiritual thought. And
Spiritual and psychological.
It's not a psychological thing. We are actually, that's why I said we are looking at making sure at the end of the conference, the women leave knowing that there is something that they can work with. These things we aren't just speaking, but like the investment aspect of it, you can afterwards, you can speak to these people, set up your investment portfolio. We have an after conference scenario where any woman who attend this conference and needs to, they heard one of the speakers and they need to speak to them after, have some measure of counseling, we've made that available as well. So we are looking at not just doing a conference and just speaking and leaving it like that. We're actually looking at the aftercare situation.
Now, let me piggyback on and ask this question. Do you all have somebody on the physical fitness side in terms of like the health aspect?
Dr. Rossi Khan, he is a guy on that.
Right. So now, funny enough, within the living room here, Ricardo and I always talk about fitness being holistic. So I'm happy to hear, I don't know if Ricardo had any input in this, but I'm happy to hear that the full fitness, the spiritual, psychological, emotional, financial, and physical is being treated to within this workshop.
Correct. Because again, you're looking at holistically a whole. You're a whole person. You're not just spiritual. You live in a physical dimension, and so we want to make sure that we're talking again about our health, the health issues, what's going on there, because we have different things affecting our women: breast cancer, cervical cancer, all the different
PCOS and
menopause, perimenopause,
menopause. Yeah, all those things are part of the issues. How do we deal with that? Right? And so while we may not be able to comprehensively deal with everything this weekend, that's where the other conference, when we have the next conference, we will be able to address some other issues. Yeah.
I love how you said that at the next conference.
Yeah, there is going to be a next one. This is just the beginning.
Just the beginning. Just the beginning. There are one or two things. Aaron, we've heard us yet?
Yes.
Okay.
We have
So,
7 minutes.
all right. So we are getting perilously close to the end of the interview. And so I just want to touch on one or two things. The venue again is Trinidad and Tobago Urban Ministries in St. Helena. Right. They have overnight facilities. They will be providing the catering for depending on how long you come and how long you're staying for, up to 6 meals plus. Right. Let's put it out there. Right. We have a number of topics, including ministry, marriage, financial well-being, health and fitness. What are some of the? Those are some of the things we have. We have a very interesting relationship segment. I don't know if we gonna talk about that one because each of the presenters is going to be doing their own.
Yeah. Well, I want to mention this because this is often one of the spicy things that we deal with, right? One of our presenters will be dealing with this subject matter. This is my man, right? This is my man. So we are going to be teaching you, we're going to be dealing with situations. How do you deal with and recover from some unfaithfulness or some outside woman trying to, as we would say, thief your man, right? This doesn't only happen in the out. As we would want to make people believe that this happens just outside the secular thing. In church, there are people that come church that come for your man, and come for your woman. So we need to know. You need to know how to do that. How to protect your family
From attempt.
from those sabotage attempts.
Aaron, lean back, yes? Yeah, but yes, Aaron, you don't have to worry about that, you know. You're still in the honeymoon phase and things, so.
For what? Honeymoon phase for what?
And again, I'm very excited about this conference. I get into go because I get into work it. Right? I get into work. But I am very excited by it because I know how much meat there is. We have people from Curacao, Grenada, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, different organizations within Trinidad and Tobago coming together to work on our communities. I'm emphasizing the coming together because of my earlier pet peeve now, right? But this is a regional, remember about, for clarity, don't, Aaron raising his hand, he's surrendering, don't bother to go back down that road.
Please no.
Yeah.
Especially after something I know, see that, please no.
Right. So what I'm saying is we need to work together to address the challenges we have as a society. Right. So bringing in a team like this, I am excited to be able to witness it. I've learned so much from the interview and the observation process. Like, case in point, Aaron brought me into a space where I knew absolutely nothing about how it worked. And he had to remind me that being fresh in the space, I had to be willing to learn.
Right.
Even if I could contribute, I had to learn first. This is an opportunity for those of us the women who've been doing, to take a moment so that, you have peer mentorship, you have peer support, you have community. You might be able to mingle and network and make a friend. As simple as it sounds, as you get older, it is harder to make friends. So coming into a space where there are women who have a similar agenda and objective, it might be a little easier for you to come out with, a compare. So there's a lot that is not just the tools in the toolkit. Your life could literally change this weekend.
And this isn't.
You just say compare.
I think I used compare when I was supposed to say a compare. I'm not sure. I haven't done French in 30 years.
I just wanted to point out that you just use compare. But
Well, check it. What's the right thing?
I'll check it, but
I hope you have high-speed internet because we run out of show.
we also running out of good data too. I know there's actual data, some issue taking place.
while we are on this, I want to also state that this isn't a Christian thing just for Christians. This is just across the board. This, it's we are as a community, as a church community, we are concerned about the wider community. So this isn't. I don't want people listening to think that this is just a Christian thing, because it isn't. This isn't only Christians that are having issues. We have the general wider population that are facing issues and don't know what to do. We want you to come out. If you are being abused in any way, come out. Talk to us. We will do our best to make sure that there are systems in place to help you. So this isn't just a talk shop. We really do care, and we really do want to help.
Now, that being said, for contact and the contact information, I believe it's 346-5033. That's 346-5033. You could WhatsApp that number or email hsamintl@gmail.com. That is hsamintl@gmail.com. Right, you could also just look out for the socials, Holy Spirit Apostolic Ministries International on Facebook and Instagram. The registration links will be there. And most importantly, come expecting your life to change. Come expecting something to happen. Because nothing changes without something happening. Right, so yeah, I think we're not looking bad there.
That's time though.
Right, so time.
Yeah. It is now 6:59, 7 or 7:01 here in Trinidad and Tobago. Y'all didn't know we have time zones in Trinidad and Tobago.
Apparently,
What are they?
We have the East, which is closer to the Atlantic Ocean. We have Central, Stat CST, and then we have the West in the Gulf of Paria.
Okay. Which are just minutes apart.
Yeah.
He's our accountant, so he good with the details.
No, I never said that. I'm just saying we have 3 different time zones in Trinidad and Tobago. Not hours, we just minutes apart.
But to the Durrants, I want to thank you guys for joining us in the living room. I look forward to what it is you're going to do for not just the country, but for the region. And you'll have my support.
thank you very much for having us.
Yeah. This is Ricardo Mitchell, the social sage on the global stage. Thank you for joining us in the living room. Remember, the 10 city sage. I gotta learn the thing. Remember, guys, the hourglass is opaque. We don't know how much time remains. So whatever you're doing, be good, stay safe, and come out this weekend. Woman, this is an opportunity for things to turn around, for you to get unstuck. So be safe. God bless. Aaron?
Yours truly, Aaron 868. I remind each and every time that culture is my code, and I'm just gonna just plug this one here. If you do have the opportunity to and are so inclined, you could go check out The Queen of Soca. It's a local movie. It's showing at Movie Town and Caribbean Cinemas. It features a former Calypso monarch, as well as a stalwart within the entertainment and theatrical arena in Trinidad and Tobago, Penelope Spencer.
Hey.
Yeah, oh yeah, turn off your own mic. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Right? So I remind you each and every time that love is a currency, so spend some today. Let somebody know you love them, guys. Mr. Desmond is up next with the big band. Keep it locked.